Question number 7, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Trade. What advice has he received on the current status of New Zealand's trade relationship with China?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Todd McLeay.
Mr Speaker, thank you. I regularly receive advice on our trade relationship with a range of countries, including China, which shows that New Zealand exports to China have quadrupled since the New Zealand-China Free Trade Agreement entered into force. It has been an incredible success story. But while China is an important market for New Zealand, I would note, Mr Speaker, that less than 20% of our goods exports go to China. The government continues to actively work on a diverse trade agenda that includes the recently signed TPP agreement, the RCEP negotiations currently underway, the Trade and Services Agreement, the Environmental Goods Agreement, an agreement with the GCC with India and PACER Plus. We're also on track to begin negotiations with the EU, a market that is worth $20.6 billion in two-way trade in goods and services.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, can he give New Zealand exporters an assurance that the latest example of China moving the goalposts and requiring a new registration system in spite of our FTA will not disadvantage our honey and wine producers, as happened to exporters of infant milk formula 2 years ago?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Todd McLeay.
Yes, Mr Speaker, I don't think there is reason for concern here. China has signalled these plans which will apply to imports from all countries for some time, and we have navigated such requirements for other export sectors in the past. I have every confidence that New Zealand and Chinese officials will work constructively again to do so for wine and honey and work alongside New Zealand industry.
Good, great.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, is he concerned that the upcoming and overdue European Union audit of New Zealand's honey exports might be influenced by New Zealand failing China's latest audit, or is he satisfied that our failing of the Chinese honey audit is merely another example of bullying trade tactics on the part of the Chinese?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Todd McLeay.
No, Mr Speaker, I have great confidence in the New Zealand honey industry. It actually is a standout industry that increases exports and delivers important jobs to many of our regions. In as far as audits are concerned, that's an issue for the Ministry of Primary Industries, but New Zealand, the government takes its obligations extremely seriously in this area.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, given China's stated concerns regarding fake and counterfeited wine and honey being sold in China, will he be raising the subject of China taking responsibility for Chinese counterfeiting with his Chinese counterpart? And if not, why not?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Todd McLeay.
Mr Speaker, our trading relationship with China is around $20 billion. It's clear that from time to time in such a significant relationship, issues will come up. We have a very strong and constructive relationship with the Chinese government. I've sought assurances from them on a number of occasions in as far as that trading relationship and received them. And where there is industry-specific concerns, we have pathways to continue to seek those assurances.
Good.
Question number 8.